everyone. It's us three bearded men, me, Joey, and the camel rider, Yosef. Here to bring you our three players that we really like on the defensive side of the ball heading into the draft. So, Joey, why don't you go first with your three favorite players on the defensive side heading to into the NFL draft?
So the first shall be less than the last shall be first. Yeah, I'm talking about the entire defensive line that worked out at the combine. Devontae Wyatt, Jordan Davis, and Trey Walker. Like these guys, these were all on the same D line in college. It's just nuts to me. There's also another one I'm forgetting right now. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm blanking on. I'll figure it out before the end of my spiel here. But Devontae Wyatt, 4.7, 4.7, 740. Oh yeah. That is the other D tackle I was trying to work on. He runs under 540 as a D tackle, but it's even better with a 6'6", 341 Jordan Davis, 341 pounds. You guys know what he ran at 40?
He ran a pretty good time.
7'8". This guy will eat us for lunch if we try to run in front of him, like run away from him. Like we're not running under a 5'40". This guy is insane.
Nah, what do you? If you guys have to guess where your 40,
you know what? I think that might have to be something we record on IG. Yosef was like, we run the 40 like Rick
Let's
Eisen.
do it.
We should do that.
If you had to guess, though.
Huh?
If you had to guess, what would be your 40 time?
Oh, I'm over 5. I know. I'm not even gonna. I'm slow as shit.
I did a 40 in middle school when I was trying out for they wanted to see the middle schoolers before they went into high school for the football team. And I ran like a 5.1.
That was kind of like me because we did one also around 8th grade, but it was like the flag football team in 8th grade. And the coach even said, Warren's stat runs under a 5, Joey. He'll eat you for lunch. That's the reason why I said that way I said it.
Bro, didn't Rich Eisen run like a 4.9 40 one time or some shit like that? Or a 5 flat?
That's the embarrassing part.
Are you telling me Rich Eisen is faster than us?
We should have like the simulcast. You know how they do the simulcast with Rich Eisen too? Hopefully we were able, if we could find a way to pull that off, or if we find someone who could do that for us, it'd be so funny. If we have our simulcast with Rich Eisen, that'd be so
know how when you're watching a football game and like a guy will make a mistake or drop the ball, you're like, oh, I could have fucking caught that. I could have done that. If Rich Eisen beats me to 40, I will never say that again. I will never be like, I could have done this. I
can't wait for you to fail and lose.
There's no way.
Time.
I guarantee you, I will have a better 40.
Here's the thing. Way. Until you eat a bar flavored jelly bean or a cricket, I'm not believing anything you say that you'll honor anything yet. I mean, I just have to see it.
I'll get there, man.
So okay. Well, hopefully we get that done soon. But the last person I want to talk about was Trey Walker. He ran a 4.5 140. This guy is built like a brick shit house. I mean, I'm sorry, excuse my language, but this guy is just a physical specimen. He is a physical specimen. He also had a 35.5-inch vert. These guys are just absolute freaks, and they're not even just workout warriors. These guys had the freaking production, and they also won a national championship. The way this guy also ran around the hoop drill, bending, good bend around the corner, like he's going to be an impact rookie. I really like Trey Walker. Jordan Davis is going to clog up the middle. Has a lot of also pass rush skills too when called upon. Immediate impacts for these guys. Moving on to my next guys. Sauce Gardner, probably my favorite DB because of his nickname. A 4.4 140 at 6'3". Come on now, that's just outrageous. He's a little lankier. I wish he was a little heavier. So I think there's a little lack of fluidity in his hips when he was doing his drills. But he's relentless and when in phase. And what I mean by that is at the catch point, this guy is relentless to get the ball out of the receiver's hands. Very active hands and press. Plays with a lot of swag and confidence. Thus the nickname Sauce. What I love most about him, this is my personal opinion, his willingness to play the run. His tape, when he played the run, came off blocks and willingness to hit. When he came off the edge on blitzes, that was another thing. So very physical. I really like him. Watch out for his name. And the last one, real quick, is Ali Fayyad, who is did I even say where Sauce was out of college? I'm sorry. He was out of Cincinnati. I touched on the Georgia line. Ali Fayyad was out of Western Michigan. Highest pass rush win rate at the Senior Bowl. He was going against some of these top linemen, Evan Neal, things like that. He was still doing well. So great value whoever chooses him in the middle to late rounds, maybe. I'm not sure where he's currently projected to go at, but very good value for him.
Nice.
Okay.
I like those.
You
up, Brian?
ladies first.
Okay, go ahead then. All right, so I'll go. My next guy, or my first guy, is Tyreek Woolen, cornerback from Texas, San Antonio. He made headlines during the combine because he ran a 4.26, which is amazing. So he has top line speed to go along with his height, which is, I'm all about the measurables, as you can see. 4.26 speed, and he's 6'4". 6'4" for a DB corner. Look at that. That combo is just like, that stands out. 42-inch vertical for a guy who's that tall. I mean, he can guard anybody. And what I like the most is they've been noting fluid hips. So he could go with anybody, switch around, flip his hips, and go vertical and accelerate it quicker than anyone. Smooth, fluid hips, and closes quickly. So he can come up and tackle the run. The only knock so far is that he's very raw. He's only played corner for 2 years, including high school. But this,
Including high school?
Including high school. I think he might have played.
He only played 1 year of college?
I was gonna say, I think there's a typo or error there.
Maybe.
Was he in jail?
He might have not played corner in high school.
I don't think he played low. Maybe he was primarily another position that
I'm guessing receiver. Being 6'4", he's probably a receiver, which is actually a good thing in my opinion. But he needs to get acquitted and updated into the practice or whatever. And after that, I think if they can put these measurables together with a playbook and have him get some good reps in, I think he's a raw talent that could come in and actually be very, very effective if they can work with him well. He goes to a good coaching staff.
What round is he projected at?
I think right now he's like a fifth rounder. Very deep sleeper. I think he'll definitely after this though.
He's definitely like one of those guys you would create in Madden. Like he would want him to look 6 foot and run a 4.26. Obviously he outproduced my Sauce Gardner. I thought his measurables and everything 40-yard dash 4.41 at 6'3" was great. But yeah, I very, very raw from what I also saw in the combine workout. I worry about his production and also the competition he went against and being that raw. So we'll see, man. I mean, definitely he fits the bill as a workout. So go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, as far as a measurable type guy. Yeah. Another guy who put up really good combine stats, Mr. Chad Moma is a linebacker from Wyoming. I like these sleeper guys. I really do. He had a bench press of 27. It was actually the highest of all linebackers. So very strong. 4.63 40-yard dash, which is decent for linebackers. 40-inch vertical is very good for linebackers, so he can get up. And he has very good angles when tackling and going for the run. He might not be extremely fast, but he takes the good angles to get to the runner. The only knock on him is his pass coverage and his change of direction in the pass. So he kind of gets stuck in the position. But he does makes up for it by taking good angles. How that's going to transition to the NFL, not too sure. But his measurables were good. He's 6'3", I'm about to mention, so it's pretty good height. So there's a guy, another sleeper guy you can look to draft.
Yeah, I think the day 2 to day 3, obviously for him. We'll see what he does. I mean, that bench press is nice. That's the kind of bench reps that Brian wishes he can do. So we'll see.
I can bench more than Yosef. He can vouch for this just the other day.
All good.
I mean, look at me. Is that really that impressive? You can bench more than me.
I really want to hear.
I'm better at riding camels than
yeah, llamas. But I want to hear Yosef's third guy because this is one of a personal fave of mine too because he was a local boy out of Oaks Christian. But go ahead.
Sure. Since you love him so much, can you help me out with the name? Because I keep messing it up.
Kayvon Thibodeau.
Thank you. Kayvon Thibodeau, Oregon defensive end, 6'4". So I like the height guys because you can't take that away from him. You can coach him however you want and whatnot. But if you're that tall, you're going to be that tall forever. Young, old, whatever. You're 6'4". You ran a 4.58 40-yard dash for a defensive end. I love it. It's pretty good.
Disappointed though. Very disappointing based on what.
Probably could run fast.
Yeah. I'll get into that. Go ahead.
Sure. And then also the highest bench press of all defensive ends. It's 27. So he matched up with Chan Moma. So very strong. The analysis on him is he's very fast off the snap. So the acceleration is there. He has the length. He has the moves. He has everything you need. But go ahead, Joey, fill in the rest.
Yeah, you just disappointed at the combine. The workout wasn't too impressive. Like the strength was definitely there. He chose not to compete as far as with anything else outside of the 40-yard dash and those, the interview and then the bench press. But everything else, he was reporting to the reporters there that he can't wait to compete. I'm here as a competitor. And you run your 40-yard dash. You were disappointed, and then you walk out. He literally was picking up his things and walked out. He was that disappointed in himself. But like, what does that show to the people evaluating you? So I was disappointed when I heard those reports that he was all gusto about competing, especially because Aiden Hutchinson was there, other DNs were there, all showing out. This Georgia D line, like Trey Walker might even go up in the draft ahead of him. Like it's that insane because they were projecting him under the 4.5s, and he was telling people I can't wait to run under a 4.5 to really show what I can do. But I think his game film, his production. There were some times he looked a little, his questionable desire, I guess, another thing, his motor, 100% all the time. That's another question. So I personally think he can do it all. He's a do-it-all prospect, but it's just the effort and the relentless energy. He's got to do it every single game, or else he's going to slip down the draft boards.
Well, I like the fact that he was he was disappointed in himself. I felt like because he thought he could have do a lot better. Maybe he was nervous or whatnot. I know the structure of the combine was like way different this year, so maybe that had something to do with it. He didn't want to get the other drills to be because he would have been injured. I know they stacked the bench press and the 40, I think, on the same day. So he might have just done that one day and was like, okay, I'm not going to do anything else. So, I don't know. I still like him going forward. We'll see how he does.
And Brian, I know you've been. I'm sorry. Last thing is just that.
I was going to say a lot of players actually chose not to do the bench press and the 40 because they're right back to back, so they felt like they're going to be worn out. So a lot of players actually declined to do both or one or the other this year.
Very valid point.
This year. I don't know why.
Very, very valid point. I'm not knocking that. I think just the one thing it shows the way he did it, because it was all over his face when the camera was on him that he was so disappointed. It looked as if like when things get tough or when you're losing, you're not into the production that you're doing, or even the team. Are you going to be the kind of guy that walks off the field? Like, are you going to pull off an Antonio Brown, rip off your pads, and walk in the locker room? Who knows? I hope that's not the case. I don't think it is. I think it was maybe to what your guys are saying. So we'll see, man. Go ahead, Brian. I'm sorry.
So I am going to go with Jermaine Johnson, defensive end, Florida State. Completely crushed it at the Senior Bowl. Unstoppable at the Senior Bowl. One of the best edge setters in this draft when it comes to defensive ends. Had 14 sacks, so the production is there. Killed it at Senior Bowl. So overall, I think he's gonna be a great player. Can't miss. Secondly, I'm gonna go with Devin Lloyd at a Utah linebacker. So he's the best linebacker, pure linebacker, all around when it comes to blitzing, covering tight ends, taking on blocks. PFF actually graded him over a 90 in all three categories when it came to taking on blocks, blitzing, and coverage. So he's a 3-down linebacker. You just leave him in there. He'll stay on the field all 3 downs. So he's a plug-and play. Third, I'm going to go with Kare Elam, defensive back out of Florida. He's a corner, physical corner, actually shut down some of the better wide receivers in the SEC, which is probably the best conference there is in college football. Only allowing 19 catches the whole season. So I think with his size, he's physical. The only kind of knock on him, he kind of has like a lot of penalties, so he kind of maybe gets like a little bit over physical. But allowing 19 catches in that conference, I think he's definitely one of the better corners available in this draft.
Another one note on Devin Lloyd, man, that was a disappointing workout. What I was expecting from him too, like a Kayvon Thibodeau, obviously he finished most of the workout for the rest of the day. But when he was running, because I think this guy's a sideline to sideline player, but he ran a 4.66, so it was a little alarming to see that. I like you. I agree with you. I think he's one of the best linebacking prospects in this draft. I just think that straight line speed, maybe. I'm pretty sure he's going to do it better in the pro day. I really like
not bad for a linebacker.
I mean, but he was supposed to be in the well into the 4.5s. Like it was a disappointing workout overall based on that. Nakobe Dean, though, I really like him. Kind of in that same upper echelon of the draft and the linebacker prospects. But with Devin Lloyd, another thing that I noticed in his film, though, as I watched some of his highlights, was in zone blocking, he kind of is a little inconsistent where to find the fit. So and there's a lot of wide zone schemes that are taking over the NFL, like the Matt LaFleur's and the Kyle Shanahan offenses, and there's obviously the coaches that come from those. So that's the little thing to work, like just watch and see where and how his production goes from here on out. So just want to add that in there.
All right. I think that sums it up for today's episode.
Yeah.
Got everybody?
Yeah, that's everybody. But what do you guys think of the draft overall? Like as far as a deep, or is it like what positions do you like? And then we can end there. I think that's like a little closing thought since we finished both sides of the ball.
It's a deeper draft. It's not star studded, so I feel like you can get good
Fair.
players later in the first round. But if I had one of the top picks in the draft, I'll try to move down.
Yeah, there's a lot of discussion of what Jacksonville is going to do because they got their quarterback. You know, are they going to choose to protect him, or are they going to try to ante up and kind of get more picks since they need a lot of help? Joseph, go ahead, make your comment, and then I'm going to ask one last question.
Not really much to say. I agree with that take. I think there's a lot of good players. I don't think there's any great star-studded ones. Might be just a few. So, yeah, I agree with that take, and I hope as a Panther fan that they trade and get as much picks as they can later on, which they did last year, and I loved it, and I hope they do that again.
Perfect segue, because I was going to ask, what do you guys think Jacksonville is going to do with their pick? Any takes?
They're going to stay there.
They're going to stay there? Okay, that's your take. Go ahead.
The problem is with trading down. You need a second partner. So it's not like, I'm going to trade down. You need someone to be like, okay, I'll trade up. Who wants to trade up?
Yeah, because there's no real quarterback prospects. Like we said, quarterback prospects aren't plentiful, or like they're not star-studded to where like, I got to take him number one and pay him number one money.
Yeah.
So good point. But we'll see. Obviously, Joseph, what's your take with Jacksonville, real quick?
Yeah, I think they're going to stay, and they're probably going to go with the best defensive player they can get. I don't think there's anybody worse on the offensive line again, first overall. So I think they're going to go defense.
Yeah, I think if they do that, they might go down a couple spots and maybe get one of those top tackles if they want to do that, or take one of the top edge rushers like an Aiden Hutchinson.
I'm thinking they're going to get an edge rusher if I had to pick.
For whatever reason, at this juncture, I feel like they're going to probably move down. That's just my take, but I do not discount just taking the best player available to help your defense out. To pair with, if it's an edge rusher, Josh Allen, their edge rusher is already pretty good. Build that defensive line. We'll see. But I don't want to go any further than this. So, Brian, take us out.
Bye, everybody.
I
love it, dude.
Bye.
Everyone,
bye.
Have a good one.
We have special draft episodes drafting sodas coming up. Your best soda, so stay tuned for that. That should be uploaded.
We just get sodas. Oh, actually, never mind.
Oh my goodness.
It hasn't been uploaded yet.
Oh my God, Brian.
Oh my God.
Hey guys, we're new at this. We have mistakes on air, but it's okay.
It's late at night. Joey wanted to watch a movie. He totally ruined everything, and I'm sleeping. Man. That's what happened.
Okay, let's try to get this under 20 minutes. Hurry up.
Yeah, so watch for that being uploaded tomorrow or Monday, and also a draft with chips, favorite chips coming up.
Wait, Joey, let everyone know why you were late. What movie were you watching?
Sign off, Joseph. Just hit the button. Peace
out, everybody. What movie were you watching?
Take it easy, guys. Have a good one. Be safe.